Hi, it's Marnilynn here of Ebb and Flow Imagery's YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be working on the page called Captain. Now, Captain is a character that I am creating for a possible coloring book, comic book character. And what I'm doing right now is just outlining the whole picture with my marker so that I have a boundary of where to know where to stop coloring. I really enjoy doing these pictures and coloring books so that I can share with you, the audience, and also so it gives me an opportunity to wear some of the jewelry that we make at Lechar Gallery. Now, Captain is going to be possibly the mother of one of the characters that I have created earlier in my coloring book series. And what I'm doing here right now is just looking at the whole image of the captain and seeing where the lines touch the face and where the lines do not touch the face. And I want to keep that very separate. So this is my dilemma. Do I want to do this onto here? And see, her makeup is different and her ears are a little different, but they could be related. I haven't decided yet because their noses and their mouths are somewhat the same. The eyes aren't. The head shape, that's not. But the ears kind of are. So I don't know yet. Right here, that's why I'm doing these. And I thought that putting it that way would be neater than putting it that way. So let's see what that way looks like. I don't like that way, I don't think. It just kind of hits you, bam, and this one seems to be softer, so I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to put this away up here for handy reference, and I'm going to take all these little pieces off because I don't need them anymore. So what I'm doing now is taking my little yellow ruler that I've been using in a lot of my videos, as you've seen earlier, and I am doing the diamond-shaped square, sort of, in the middle of each of these designs so that it's a different room from the Space Academy than where the Space Cadet was seen. Possibly it's her captain's quarters. I, again, haven't decided yet. But as I'm doing these videos, it's giving me the opportunity to think out loud of what I could be doing. And as I'm doing this, my mind... Now this one, as I say my mind, that one left corner is very confusing, and you'll see I keep going back there over and over again, wanting to put in a little detail, but it just doesn't quite work. And I'll put one up here, and then I need to put them in around the head as well. And as I was doing the video on the Space Cadet, this has really helped me to be able to work and move through this picture a lot faster from past videos. Now what I'm going to do is take my black crayon and color all the areas that I want to stay black. And there I go again with that one corner. It just nags at me. I don't see anything else I can use the marker on, so I want to do each of the triangle shapes in the background with a yellow, but I'm not sure what color yellow I want to use. So I'm going to grab my handy piece of paper and try out all the different colors. And as I'm laying them down on the tabletop, I'm putting them in the same order of where I did the color sample. I think this looks pretty good now. I'm getting an idea of the background, but I'm not sure if this is where I'm going to start working. Let's see. Nope, I'm going to start doing the eyes. I'm doing green around the eye because I like the idea of the green, because I'm going to do green and yellows and purples and all sorts of different things. Using some purple in the bottom and the top of the eyeshadow. And as the Space Cadet has similar eyeshadow type coloring, I think that they are a different species. I'm not sure. Here I want to draw a line down the center so I have a definition of where her nose is going to be. Now I'm filling in the back of all of these black little diamond-shaped squares on the background. And as I'm doing this, my mind has a chance to kind of relax and get ready for the next step. I'm just filling in and putting color on the paper to get an idea of what the picture will look like colored. This is not a painting type of effect that I'm working for. I'm just in a time frame of coloring a picture. If you want to see what it would look like all filled in, colored properly, then go to the coloring book series of tulips and watch that one, because that one took me about 3 hours to color, because I really wanted to make sure the background was all filled in with no white spots. Here we are again with the yellow, and I've chosen this yellow because I have the biggest pencil crayon of this color, and that's going to be the easiest one to do. So I fill in the background to make it look like it's a sunny day out there. And because we're at a space academy, we don't know what planet they are on. It doesn't always have to be Earth. It can be another planet. So maybe the sky is yellow. We're letting our imaginations go, and we're just going with the flow on this. When I first took this picture and was looking at it, I saw purple and yellow, but I didn't realize that the colors would be coming onto the paper in this way. I had thought I'd do purple and gold around the eyes, but I like the idea of the yellow as the background. And as I'm coloring it in, I already see how it's starting to become three-dimensional, in my world at least. Those sounds in the background you hear is because my patio door is open. I have headphones on doing a voiceover, and that is a helicopter that is across the harbor from where I live, and it's taking off, and it gets very loud. I might have to do a voiceover again with the door closed so we don't hear that. I won't know until I edit the video what it sounds like. So I'll just keep going. That's looking pretty good, having that colored. I don't want to do the white in any color because, like I say, I don't want to spend too much time on this picture. I went and bought some new pencil crayons at Michael's, and I want to try these out. They're metallic and pastel, so I'm just trying the metallic looking ones right now. It's quite a variety. Copper, brass, blue, silver, gray, green. And then the fluorescents are very bright, and it's not a good quality as some of the other pencil crayons I have, but it does give me more options. So I'm looking around to see where else I can do some design, and I've decided that it's time to work on the eyes. Now with the eyes, I like to start at the center and do little tiny strokes out from the pupils to the outside of the iris, and make sure that I leave some white spots, so when I go with the next color, that will fill in the white spot and blend in with the color that is already on there. But if you do too much, you can do and make it turn to look brown because you've washed out all the colors, which I started to do here, so I stopped. I'm doing the eyeliner. They're different on both eyes, and I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. Now after I've done this, I want to do the centers of the eyes to make it look like it's in the head and it's not just all one eyeball, giving it some distinction. Now I want to do the eyebrows, but I don't want to do the eyebrows in a reddish brown because red's not really my color. I do like the color, but it does not like to be on me. So I'm doing this brownish, and yeah, of course it's got red in it since I've said I don't want the red. With the eyebrows, I like to do little tiny strokes so that it looks like a real eyebrow. And it takes a little bit longer to do it, but the effect is really quite nice. It's more three-dimensional. And the reason why I'm using the white here is I just want to spread the color out that I've placed on the eyebrow. I don't want to add more color to it. It's fine in the muted color as it is right now. Now the lips, again, I start with the little tiny strokes for the upper lip and going around the shape of the lip to give it more of a curvature and some three-dimensional and not just flat. And there you go with the bottom lip. You can see how I'm doing the little tiny strokes and add more dimension to it. There, it looks pretty three-dimensional, and you still want to have white spots in it because you want to have some light that's kind of bouncing off of the lips to show like there's a light source in the room. Now I'm just working on the face, I believe. I'm getting all my colors out, looking for the best color that's the neutral or the flesh toned. And when I was using acrylic paints, they say to use red and green and mix them together, and it'll give you a flesh tone for the Caucasian color. And if you want to change it to any other nationality, you add more color to it. So what I'm doing right now is doing the shade from the light source, which is coming in on the picture in the top right hand corner, and a little bit of shade around the headband, which is really her hat, and her nose, the shape of the nose, and little tiny strokes all here and there in different directions gives different looks to the page, and it's not flat. You can actually see some dimension coming up. I'm holding the pencil crayon flat against the paper and my finger on top of it, which gives me more of a surface area of crayon to put on the paper at one time. It gives it a more of a paintbrushy type effect. And I can go a little bit faster and create more with it being that shape, as you can see. It's almost like a paintbrush, and it's almost not like a paintbrush, but she's starting to look like a three-dimensional person. Doing that over the nose just to give it a little broadness. I really enjoy watching this at this speed because I can see how much I've grown since I started doing all these pencil crayon coloring back in the first part of May of this year, 2019. And I also find that sharpening by hand, I have more control over the amount of pencil crayon that I lose in the sharpening. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in the ears to give it a little more shade look. I still haven't got the confidence to go really deep with the colors in there, so I'm keeping it very general. And as I grow in confidence, I will become more detailed. A little more detail, a little darker color. Make the shading look a little more real, as it's doing. I'm really enjoying this picture. I have learned so much with all of my coloring. I am amazed. I am amazed. Now I want to do her hat. Now this is the captain's hat that she's wearing. And it's a metallic blue color. And the blue goes really nice with all the colors, the yellow background. Now you hear a ship blowing its horn. It's a bit foggy out there in the street. Now we're doing this. Oh, I'm still doing the hat. And it's getting to be a thicker color here, filling in all the white detail. So now I want to put some stars on her headband. But I'm seeing I need to add a little bit more color to her face. Okay. I think this is a new clip because I forgot to turn off the auto lighting, so it's going to flash off and on. All these little details that you have to keep your mind aware of as you're doing all of these things. Filling in these black, a little bit heavier. And the lips, some more color. It's amazing how much it changes as you put more and more color on. Okay, now we're going to work on the headband of her hat. So I want to figure out the color. I'm thinking of the gold, but that's the wrong color. I have lots of crayons there, as you can see. Lots of duplicates, but my mind works better when it has an abundance of colors. Alrighty, so we want to see what we want the helmet, the hat to look like. Fluorescent is no good. I don't like these colors. I'm finding that gold looks almost like it's green. Alrighty, so I've picked out the colors. So now I'm going to, with the plastic screen or the plastic sheet behind the picture, keeps it from going onto my chalkboard, which is my background. Almost like a green screen, but it's a old chalkboard that I bought probably 25-30 years ago, and I have used it all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in red all around the headband, and it's a nice color that goes with the blue. I don't want to color in the stars on her headband because those have to be gold. And that's starting to come together. So funny making all those comments about red, and then here I am using it. But I know I can't wear red. My body is made for the winter tones and the jewel tones. Alrighty. So I think I've almost got enough filled in of the headband that I can start adding the gold. Gotta get closer to it. And there we go. That's looking pretty good. Almost done with this video. I want to say thank you for watching the video. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification button so you get a new video every time they come up. Hit the like, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care for now.